Hello, 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 everybody. Hi, my name's Eve. This is Eve's Creations Paint Party. It's Friday night. What? Say hello, hello, hello. If you're painting with me, let me know if anyone's painting with you with me. All my videos are kid-friendly. I'm going to try to watch this thing. If you guys could watch your comments. Replays are on Facebook for 30 days. Then you got to head on over to YouTube. It's Eve's Creations Paint Party on YouTube. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button. All my videos are always free to watch. Shouldn't have to be able to have a lot of money to create, because everybody can create, but tips are appreciated. I have a Venmo and I have a PayPal. Those links are now posted. If you'd like to own an Eve's Creations original painting, those are over on my Etsy shop, Eve's Creations Art. That link is posted. So you have that for yourself. What colors are we using tonight, Eve? Same colors we use for the past 4 years. Black, yellow, red, blue, and white. What brushes are we using tonight, Eve? Well, that is easy enough. That is Big Boy. He is a 1-inch flat. We have Mini-Me in the house. He is a small shader. And a large, fluffy, stiff bristled brush. Goes fluffy everywhere. I only use the same brushes every single video, and I sell them as a set. So if you'd like a set of brushes, direct message me through Facebook and we can get you a set. I was talking about the support before. Anybody who sends support of $5 or more as a free gift, I send you out Mr. Nifty's. Okay, excellent, excellent, excellent little tool to be able to do the fine details of your paintings. So if you do send $5 or more in support via Stars, Venmo, PayPal, direct message me your address on Facebook. Only direct message me through Facebook. Do not post your address on public social. Okay? All right, let's see. I think I covered everything in like 2 seconds flat. I cannot show you both at once what I'm working on and the finished product. So if you need to take a screenshot, I would say do that now. I am working on a 16 by 20 canvas. If you're working on something different, that's fine. As long as you're in the general area of your canvas that I am in, you're going to be great. So no worries on that. I see people coming in. Let's say hello, 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 and start our roll call. Hello. Let's see, everybody's all mixed in with all the links I just shared. I gotta scroll, gosh dang darn it. All right, hi, Marcia, how are you? Oh my goodness gracious. How are you doing, love? What's going on? Let's see. We've got Tina B in the house. Hello, Tina B. How are you, darling? What's going on? Okay, so everybody got all the links. Excellent. Excellent. All right, I got Marcia and I got Tina B. Woot, woot. So, this painting, you're doing good. Glad to hear it, darling. Glad to hear it. All right, this painting is not difficult. You guys can totally, let me lower the camera a little bit so I'm not in this part of the screen. You guys can totally do this. All right, so 6,000%. I am doing well. I am doing well. I can't believe it's Friday already, and here we are, and all of that good stuff. So, if the overhead light's causing a glare, let me know. All right, I'll shut the light off. There's a little bit of a glare, but it's not on anything that is really pertinent. Pertinent. I don't know if I used that word right, but it sounded good. Okay, you guys ready? Yes. All right. It's the almighty blank canvas, but we're going to hit it with our almighty brushes. Yes, we are. Joan's here. Joan, did you get your screenshot? I'll put the painting back up if you need it. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Yes, yes, Tina B. Let's just breathe and relax and slap some paint around. Sounds like a good idea for me. Sounds like a good idea. I am doing well, Sharon. I hope you're doing the same. All right, everybody, let's just take a woosah. Woosah. It's Friday. Yes. Yes, good times, good times. I'm always yelling. I'm always very excited. Awesome. Awesome, Joan. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right, so we're going to start off with Big Boy. He is a 1-inch flat, and we are going to swirl, tap, dab them. You swirl them in your cup. You dab them on the side. Let's try that again. You swirl them in your cup, tap them on the side, dab them on your paper towel. All right, and we're going to grab some white, and we're going to grab some blue, and we're going to do the top part of the sky. So I am just going to swipe back and forth. There's no clouds or anything in this sky, so there's nothing to worry about. You want a nice thin coat that gives you coverage. You can make it as dark or as light as you want it to be. So that is completely up to you, your personal preference. The more you swipe back and forth, the more it blends together. The less you swipe back and forth, the more you're going to have separation of color. And I'm okay with that. I don't mind that at all. Hi, Kimberly. How are you doing, sweetheart? So I'm just grabbing blue and white. That's all I'm doing. That is all I'm doing. And you guys know me. I'm going to bring you to about layer 3, and then you're on your own. You're going to have everything you need to do this, but I support going rogue. And if I show you everything step by step by step by step by step by step to the completed project, we're going to have a tendency to copy. And I don't want you copying me. No copycats allowed. This is for you to gain the skills that you need to be able to create on your own. So that is what we do around here. That is what we do. I'm bringing this about halfway down. It doesn't need to be halfway down, but, you know, just for in cases, you know what I mean? Just in case kind of thing. We'll bring it halfway down. All right, so now we're going to have fun mixing all these colors together, all of them, to create different types of browns, okay? So I'm not even going to clean my brush. I'm going to grab my white, I'm going to grab my red, I'm going to grab my yellow, I'm going to mix that all up. Now this whole painting is brown cliffs. So, you know, make yourself a pile. Make yourself a pile. I'm grabbing all the white, I'm grabbing most of the red, most of the yellow, I'm going to grab some black, okay? And we're going to mix ourselves up a pile. And I'm not going to overmix it. I want the different types of colors that are in here. So let's not over mixy. Okay? And we are going to get ourselves brown. And you can see it's all not over mixed on my brush too, because this is layer number 1. So I'm going to go about 2 hands down. 1, 2. Okay? And I'm going to go put a little piece in here. And then we're going to dip down another hand, put another little piece in here, okay? And then about halfway between the two, there's another little piece in here, okay? And we're just going to pull down. Whoop, doop. This is layer number 1. We're not concerned with the colors. We're not concerned with anything. We are just getting brown onto the canvas. But you see how I pulled down and all that separation of color is going on? You want that. You want that. Just a little secret. You want that to happen, okay? Okay. All right. I'm going to grab more of my brown mixture. We're going to pull down on this side. Da, 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 da. And we're not thinking at this part of the game. There's no thinking. There is just putting color on. No thinking, Joan. Tina. How you doing, Kimberly? Okay, so I'm going to curve this part a little bit right there. Okay, so we're going to curve that. Right, and we're going to curve the other side. Okay, and we're going to leave the middle flat because that's where our main waterfall is, right? This flat piece right here. We're going to leave that flat. Okay? All right, so I'm going to curve this part here. Right? Just make it a little curvy so it's not straight across. That's all. And grabbing my brown, and I'm just going to fill this in over here. And we're going to fill this in over here. Okay. We're just getting some color on the canvas. That is all we're doing. We're not doing anything special. Okay? Alright. And now, I ran out of brown already. So, I got to make more. Okay, grabbing all the whites, red, yellow. Okay, red, yellow, some blue. Alright, what do we get? Alright, it's looking kind of green, so I need more red. Alright, maybe a little black. Just mix it all together, see what you get. Okay. Oh, see, that one's darker. That's okay. It's cliffs. It's rocks. It's okay if things are darker and things are lighter. It does not matter. And I'm just swiping up and down. Just swiping up and down. That is all I'm doing. Swiping up and down. Okay. Now. Swiping up and down and in and out. Remember that song? In and out and in and out. Mama's got a squeeze box, daddy. You guys remember that song? Okay, so we're going to put brown in the center. I know you saw me leave the center untouched. We're just going to put a very light coat. We're not going to fill it in. Okay, we're just putting a very light coat in the middle. We're not worrying about covering the canvas or anything like that. Just a very, very light coat with some pieces left uncovered. Okay, just like that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Yes, yes, yes. Mama's got a squeeze box, daddy doesn't sleep at night. Alright, so I wiped off Big Boy. Alright, and I'm going to put him in the water. Boop. There you go. See? Told you. You guys can totally do this painting. This painting is very user-friendly. Very, very user-friendly. Okay, so now we're going to grab Fluffy. Swirl, tap, dab, large Fluffy. He is a stiff bristle brush that the bristles go everywhere. See? Alright, and I need to pour more white paint. And I'm going to grab this white paint, pretty much. And I'm going to dab my brush in here and smash off the excess. And we're going on the bottom of this and we're going to swirl. My brown's still wet, Eve. I know. We want it to be. We want it to be. We want it to be still wet. We want it to be still wet. And I am just doing swirly motions. That is all I'm doing. Very light amount of paint. Swirly motions. Light amount of paint, swirly motions. Swirly, 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 swirl. How is everybody's week? It is Friday already. It feels like we just did this. I don't know where my week went. I couldn't even tell you what I did if I did it, but at least this week there was no bugs, bee stings or anything, so that's cool. Alright, so you're just going to swirl this in. More you play with it, bigger it gets, so don't be going too crazy. Don't be going too crazy. Okay, so now, once you have that swirled in, I'm going to grab some white, and I'm going to grab some yellow. My brush is still dirty, by the way, just to let you know. Brush is still dirty. That's okay. And we're going to do our smushing, right? So we're going to do our smushing. Just going to tap in some colors. Okay, a little smaller by where the big waterfall goes. Okay, make that a little smaller. Right, make your smushes a little smaller where the waterfall's going. I'm going to tap in some colors here. Alright, now I'm going to grab some red with that. Alright, I'm going to tap in some reds and peaches and whatnots. Okay, tap some of that in. On the other side. Now this is personal preference. If you like to have all the reds and the oranges and whatnot, you do more of the reds and oranges. If you like the yellows, do more of the yellows. Just be careful when you're tapping. Notice I'm not going over the yellow too much. Just kind of having it meet up there, because it will get chewed up very quickly. Okay, so just be careful of that. Long and busy, worked a lot. Then you went to visit your dad. Oh, that's nice. Got a little dad visit in. That's cool. Dad visits are good. Okay, now I'm going to grab some blue and some yellow. I didn't clean my brush because these are just preliminary colors, so that's okay. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to tap in some greens. Do you have to have the green? No. It's perfectly up to you. It's your painting. You don't have to have the green if you don't want to. I like the green. So I'm going to have the green. And like I said, we're just putting in the preliminary colors. So I didn't even wash my brush in between all these colors. So just goes to show you, don't have to worry about it. Let me kill my light so you can see the colors that are on top. Okay, guys. There you go. I'm going to wipe off Fluffy and I'm going to put him in the water. Very cool. So, how's everybody doing? I got Marsha, Tina B, Joan, Sharon, and Kimberly in the house. How y'all doing? Am I early or something? Or did everybody just forget it's Friday? Cheers, everybody. Got myself some Diet Pepsi. You know, guys, take the time to make yourself a drink. We don't take time for ourselves anymore, so take the time to make yourself a drink. Get the glass out, get some ice, get a straw, and make yourself a drink. I could have easily just poured some Pepsi in a plastic cup and started drinking it, but it's nice to have a drink every once in a while. So take that extra time just to put ice in a glass for yourself. It's going to make you feel better. It really is. Hi, Lori. How are you doing, sweetheart? Nice to meet you. Everybody give Lori a big Eve's Creations family welcome. Okay, so you guys can see I can't see a thing, so I need to put the light back on. It's dark in here. It's dark in here. Once I move the studio, we won't have to worry about such things. And you're welcome, darling. And talk about taking a woosah moment. Right? I don't know how he sleeps with my big mouth. And he's out. Oh, hi, Sharon. All right. So now I'm going to turn around. Let's roll tap dab, big boy. Okay. The more you swirl, cleaner he's going to get. Okay, and right, and we're gonna grab some white paint. I'm gonna wipe most of this white paint off. Very little paint on my brush. Very little. Okay, hardly any. See, hardly any paint on there. Okay. Yes, Tina B. With my uncle moving out, I have the whole living room again. And since I lived without a living room, I'm going to make portions of the living room into studio space so I can fix my lighting, have a little more professional looking, and have space to actually work and do all of the projects that I want to do. Because this room was very advantageous, but it is a bit small, so I can't have everything, you know, the room's a bit small, so it's hard to have everything set up. And also, with the lighting, I won't have an overhead light, so you guys won't have the glare anymore. But it's probably going to be a minute, so, you know, it's not going to be tomorrow. Alright, I'm holding my brush back here. I'm putting it straight up to the canvas. I'm going to line it up to where I want my falls to start, and I'm going to pull. Straight down. See the separation? That's because I have a small amount of paint on my brush. Alright? If you're not getting a separation, your brush has too much paint on it. Okay? Now I'm going to grab some more paint just on the tip of my brush. Very small amount. Alright, start here, drop again. Notice I'm doing like 3 stripes before I'm even grabbing any more paint. You guys can thank Joan for this painting. She's the one that asked for waterfalls. So this is good old Joan giving us the idea. When I get to the edges, I'm going to turn my brush the other way. Just put a nice edge in for myself. Okay, drop straight down. Faster you go, straighter it's going to be. Yeah, guys, if you want to drop in ideas, what would you like to see? I am all for checking out your ideas, because doing this for I don't know, how long have I been doing this, Tina B? 4 years? I'm kind of running out of ideas. Okay, we're going to come over here and drop our other waterfall. I'm going to have the brush straight up and down this time, though, vertical, okay? Small amount of paint. Hold your paintbrush back here so you're not pressing hard, plus you have the leverage to make a straight line, and you're going to go, faster you go, straighter it's going to be. Line it up and drop. If you wind up with a lot of paint, just, hi Kimberly. That's right, Joan. You have the skill set to fix it. So if you wind up with a big glob of paint, just go over it and spread it out. That's all. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to grab some more white. Exactly, Lori. You got that. All right. Come over here. Line it up and drop. There you go. Congratulations, guys. You have layer 1 in the record books. Layer 1 is in the record books. Just like that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Alright, I swirl tap dab Fluffy. I'm going to grab my white paint. Going to dab it on to Fluffy. And we're going to do extremely light sweeps on our mist. Okay, so we're going to very, very softly, here, there, not everywhere. We're going to swipe in round pieces in our mist. Notice I didn't grab any more paint. Right? I'm still doing my swipes with the paint that is on my brush. Okay? And yes, I'm putting some over. I'm not just following where I put the swirls before. I am putting a couple over onto where there isn't any. Here, there, not everywhere. Oh, I can revisit ones? Yeah, I could revisit ones, and we could use skill sets that we've learned along the way. That is true. It's what I'm in the process of doing. I'm organizing my paintings. If you guys would like an Eve's Artistry original painting, head on over to Etsy. Eve's Creations Art, one word, on Etsy. And you can pick yourself up an Eve's original painting. I'm Woo! That was a big sneeze. I'm organizing all the paintings as of right now. So go ahead and get yourself some Eve's original art. Some of you have already. Cheers to that. Some of you already have paintings. Whew, that was a big old sneeze. It came out of nowhere. Thank you, Sharon. That one rattled my nose. Okay. I'm going to swirl tap dab Fluffy. Just a little bit. Get all the excess paint off of him. And the same exact thing we did on top, we're gonna do on the bottom. That is very true, Lori. That is very true. That is a good point. Very, very, very true. Okay, grabbing white, grabbing some red. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to tap some red and white parts. I should have started with yellow. That was my bad. Okay, so we want to make sure you start with your lightest color first when you're putting this in. This way you don't have to keep cleaning your brush between colors. So I'm going to grab my yellow now that the red's almost all gone. Yellow and white. Now I'm grabbing some red. Some red and yellow. And white. Right, is layer 1. We just want the coverage of the colors. That's all we want. That's all we want. Just the coverage of the colors. Nothing too crazy. Wherever you're going to put your colors in, you're just kind of putting them in place. This is layer 1. So we're just smushing some color on. And I like the green, so I'm putting green in mine. If you don't like the green, you don't have to, but I like it. So I'm grabbing blue and yellow. And I'm going to put some green in mine. Notice I'm sticking and moving. I'm not smushing in one spot over and over and over and over and over again. All that, if you do that, you're going to wind up with a mushy mess. You got to stick and move, okay? Smush, move the brush. Smush, move the brush. A lot of people, you guys have the tendency to keep smushing in one spot, and that's when you wind up with mushy messes, all right? So you don't want that. And you want the separation of colors. See how I have separation of color? Even in the first layer, it's separation of color. Okay? If you keep smushing and smushing and smushing, all that's going to mush together and you won't have those separations of color. And you want that. Thank you, Kristen. Hi, April. Okay, layer 2 time. All right, so this is where Mini-Me comes into place. We got Mini-Me. Oh, hearts and hands for April, everybody. Let's send her some good vibes. Hearts and hands, hearts and hands. Where's the hands? I can never find the hands. I'm trying for you, April. I'm looking. All right, we got them. Hearts and hands, everybody. Don't ask me where that number 1 came from. That's because you're number 1. Hi, Audra. How are you? I'm doing well. I'm doing well, Kristen. How are you doing? All right, now you're going to take Mini-Me. And you're going to take, I got to get clean white paint. See, your palette should be a mess like mine. Alright, so I'm going to grab clean white paint. Small amount. How much? A small amount. And we're going to do a lot of this. I'm holding the brush. I'm moving my arm. Okay? And you're going to go up and down your waterfall, adding brighter white moments. Okay, small amounts of white paint. And I'm starting at top because that's where it's going to be bright. And then I'm just pulling my hand down with the brush against the canvas. You could add these, and every time I'm taking my brush away, I'm grabbing more paint. And then you could add brighter moments. Wherever you want them to be. Grabbing more paint. So small amounts of paint. Here, there, not everywhere. And I'm going like this with my hand so it makes a straight line. If you wind up in your mist, just fluff it out. Okay, and then you have your brighter white moments in your waterfall. Right, and now you want to be careful you don't overwork it, because if you go a little too far, it's just going to look like a solid block of white. On my original, I went a little too far. See how solid white that is? I actually had to go back in and add some browns in there to break it back up again. Okay, so see how it's more of a solid white on my original. Now, if you like that, if you like it like that, totally do it like that. I love the end result. That's not a problem. You can still see the variations, but painting this, I had to go back in and add some brown areas because I got a little excited. But you see on this one I kind of controlled myself a little bit better. So it's personal preference. It's really up to you how bright you want your water and your waterfalls to be. Okay? How bright and how solid do you want it? Because this is moving water. You don't want it to be a solid block of white. But if you like it being brighter, you can completely make them brighter like I did. If you go a little too far, you would have to add some brown tones back into them. Alright, and you're going to do this for all 3 waterfalls. You know me, I don't stay in my lines, and that's okay. Right? And you're going to move your hand up and down. So your lines are straight. Well, thank you, April. No truer statements have been said. Okay, so here, there, not everywhere. Here, there, not everywhere. You're going to drop in these brighter areas, and the top is going to be brighter. Now, you don't have to do it the sideways, okay? Especially if you have a brand new mini-mate. You can do the same thing, not having your hand on the canvas. You can do the same thing. Going straight at the canvas like this. Okay, now, we're going to go back into our browns. And again, personal preference about how much, how dark, how bright, how different in color, how much of it being the same colors. It is all up to you. I got to mix more brown paint, of course. Of course I do. Thank you for the stars, April. Thank you so much. Thank you, darling. And you're going to do the same thing. Putting in your different brown colors. Like I said, you don't have to get, and these don't have to be like perfect because it's rock. So, and you want separation of color, you want different colors going on. Okay, like I said, if you're getting your mist, just, yep, you could also do that. If you want to, Tina B, you could totally do that. Okay, more layers you do, the better it's going to look. Alright, so this is layer 2. And you could already see the difference. And you could go in with layers 3 and 4 and have all sorts of different colors going on. You can make some lighter, some darker, some more red, some... Right? The more... Hi, Tamara. How are you? Hello, Carolyn. How you doing, sweetheart? Okay, so you want to make these all different colors. And you're just going to put them in. Don't worry about the tops. Don't worry about any of that, because we're going to cover it all up with foliage. That sounds awesome, Carolyn. Okay, so I'll show you the original. And see all the different colors I have in the original. This is about 4 or 5 layers. Probably about 4 layers. I added lighter browns, darker browns, more red tones. Okay, you can see all the different colors in the original. You can see all my stripes going down. There's a reddish brown, a darker brown, a lighter brown. All different variations of color, just going in with the small shader and putting all the lines in, up and down. Now I'm going to take Tiny. And up here at the big waterfall, because I have this thing like where the waterfalls start and where they end, I'm going to put in a little triangle piece right here. And a little triangle piece right here. And I'm going to curve, I'm going to paint over my waterfall and curve the edge. Right? Same on this side. Okay, when you curve the edge, make sure that's your edge of your waterfall going straight down. So this way you can kind of tell that it's coming from there and dropping down. It's not just dropping down from nowhere. You could actually see now the waterfall would be coming out of here and then falling downwards. just by adding that little detail in there. All right, I got Audra in here, Marsha, Tina B, Joan, Sharon, Kimberly, Lori, Kimberly, Kristen, April, Carolyn, and Tamara hanging out with me tonight. Right, Sharon? Just a little piece. Just that little tiny piece, right? You just want to make sure that when you curve the corner, you follow it down. And we're on to the last parts already, guys. See, I told you this painting is so very user friendly. You guys can totally do this. And if you screw it up, Joan, you can easily fix it, okay? So everything is variations of color and small amounts of paint for your waterfall parts. And then you're going to go back in with your fluffy brush. And you're going to go in and put your layers of foliage, another layer of foliage on here. So I'm going to start with my yellows, grabbing yellow and white. Pour more paint, Eve. I'm trying to get some clean yellow out of that spot. What is it with grabbing a different brush and pouring more paint? That's like a thing. Like, heaven forbid we pour more paint, and heaven forbid we grab a different brush. We're like, I can do it with this brush. I can totally do it with this brush. No, you can't. Okay. So, again, where we put those two little triangles, small little taps. Okay? Because the foliage up here is going to be tiny. Small little taps here. And then you can go in. Here, there, not everywhere. Cover the tops of the other waterfalls. Okay, if you notice, I'm not smushing over the same spot over and over and over again. I just did some taps and I moved on. I'll grab some more of my yellow with the white. I'm going to come down here. Put in the ones that I want to be yellow down here. Always start with your lighter color, so you can switch between colors easily, and plus you're going to get more of a pure color because you won't have any remnants of the darker colors in your brush after you clean them. Now I'm going to switch to my reds. I'm going to grab a little bit of red on my brush. Go in and add the bright red moments, covering up the top of my cliff. Here, they are not everywhere. Thank you so much for the stars, April. You're awesome. Thank you. If anybody has any questions for me, now's the time to ask, because we are all finished. And I like the green. I'm putting the green in. So I'm grabbing blue, I'm grabbing yellow, I'm grabbing a little bit of white. Put in my green areas. And that's it, guys. That's your painting. Let me hit the light so you can see it better. And you got everything. Thank you for the stars, Tina B. Thank you so much, sweetheart. You guys got everything you need. All your favorite colors, Sharon. Everything you need to be able to do this painting. So you're all set. Notice this looks mushy, right? I went a little too happy with the reds there. All right, you could fix that just by grabbing a different color. Okay, and I could tap in. And this way, it doesn't look like one big, huge, mushy spot. Okay, so if you're getting big, mushy spots when you're doing your foliage, let it dry. And you could always break it up with some smaller pieces. You like it a lot. I didn't wear that shirt tonight, Carolyn. I like it a lot. I have that shirt too. Anybody that wants Eve's Creations Paint Party Sayings shirt, just direct message me through Facebook and you will totally get one of those. I've been wearing this shirt for an extremely long time, washing it a whole bunch of times, and this stuff's not going anywhere, guys. So those are available too. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with me tonight. It's Friday night. Nice painting. If you have any ideas for painting, 6,000% direct message me. You have any questions while you're painting, direct message me. If you sent support of $5 or more, direct message me your address. You can also email me, evescreationspaintparty@gmail.com, and all of those happy things. I love you guys so much. You guys are awesome. I'm going to see you next Friday. I can't believe it was a week already. All right? You guys have an amazing weekend. Have a great night. And I'm going to see you all soon. You're welcome, Sharon. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Bye. Y'all warm my heart. Bye.